Idubbbz must be studied.
Hello everyone, how's it going? I don't get into YouTube drama. I don't really care that much, mainly because I'm not really that good at going in depth and doing a bunch of research and sifting through a bunch of clips in order to figure stuff out. But in this case, I'm going to do something that I wanted to back when this video originally came out. But back then, I wasn't live streaming, I wasn't involved with YouTube. I was kind of on the internet and doing stuff, but I didn't really care that much. And I still don't really care that much now, but I care enough to make content out of it. Because at the end of the day, man, you hate to see the great ones fall. You know, you really do. You hate to see it. And this is kind of, in my opinion, where the entire downfall of Idubbbz started. Now, before this video gets started, really quick, go buy a Pepe Coin Tangent wallet. Just go do it. Go do it. Not sponsored. No, seriously, this is literally not sponsored, but go do it. It's a great place to store your Pepe Coin. I am going to be doing an unboxing on mine when I finally get it, but it's been delayed like 4 times. Thank you, FedEx, for being the most efficient delivery service in the world. But yeah, no, seriously, go buy one. There's a limited amount left. I think there's like 100 something. I don't remember how many there are left, but yeah, go buy one real quick. It's awesome. It's a great way to store your Pepe Coin. Also, go to pepecoin.org. Check it out. They're awesome. Once again, legitimately not sponsored. They don't give me money to say this stuff. I just actually love the project, and I want everyone to go check it out. So yeah, go check it out, guys. Have fun. Have fun! Better have fun. So before I get into this, I'm making slop content, and I know that I'm making slop content right now. But I don't care. I want to do this. I've wanted to react to this for a really, really long time because I was a huge Idubbbz fan back in the day. Like, huge fan. I wasn't one of his younger kid adoring fans that looked up to him as, like, a father figure or, like, anything other than he was pretty close to my age. I think he's 4 years older than me. So I think I would have been in 8th grade when he was, like, graduating high school. But it was like that dynamic of, like, I loved how subversive he was. I loved how much he pushed boundaries even for back then on YouTube. And the number one thing that I loved is I felt like me being a awkward, funny-looking kid with Asperger's had someone else on the internet that kind of represented me and my quirky weirdness. Because, let's be real here, he's a quirky guy with Asperger's, okay? I'm not diagnosing him for you. I'm just saying, as someone who has Asperger's, I can see it. Okay, so I am diagnosing him for you. But regardless, I promise, I know what I'm talking about. And before anyone says that that's a defamatory statement, I'm making a joke. Idubbbz definitely has Asperger's. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not really going to go into the entire background of Idubbbz. If you don't know who he is, then you really aren't on the internet very much, are you? But yeah, basically, I'm gonna be talking about, and I'm gonna be looking at, like, what kind of started it all. Because basically, in a nutshell, Idubbbz was awesome. Then he got a girlfriend. Then she started an OnlyFans. And then he made this video that we're about to react to. And this video is just, okay, let's just put it this way. He's never beating the cuck allegations. He's never going to beat the cuck allegations. Let's just be for real here. He's never going to beat the cuck allegations. I mean, like, he took her last name when they got married. This video that we're about to react to was before they got married. He took her last name. Like, if that's not some, like, Yoko Ono, I can't take credit for that. Sam Hyde said it first, I think. But yeah, that's like some Yoko Ono, like, balls in a vice level bullshit. Like, come on, really? Seriously, he took her last name. This coming from the guy that literally used to say Nick all the time. Like, seriously? It's crazy. I might not even put this in the video, but, like, the reason why this makes me so sad in retrospect, and the reason why I'm only reacting to this part of the saga, is because this is where it all started, and I hoped it would get reversed from here. But it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's just like, it's like looking back at, like, an entire train that's been derailed and people have died and all the cars are all, you know, squirreled up, you know, like piled on top of each other. It's like looking at the very beginning where you see, like, that the train track was warped or something like that, and all it was someone needed to report a maintenance issue. You know what I mean? It's like that one little ripple is what caused this entire just absolute train wreck. Any hoozles. Let's get into it. I'll stop blabbing. Let's get into it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Idubbbz Complains. This is a very special episode where I get to tackle two topics that I've recently become very passionate about. That is a section of my audience who thinks they know me, and my opinion on sex work. You can sort of see where these two will collide.
Yeah, no. So at the end of the day, Idubbbz, no one ever thought that you would sell out and start dating an OnlyFans girl. No one ever thought that was going to happen, Idubbbz. That's why everyone's so pissed, is because you were the guy that would make fun of someone for dating a sex worker. That's why everyone was mad at you.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn.
And you weren't in any of it, I think. I never subscribed to Anissa's OnlyFans because, frankly, holy shit, who's going to pay $10 a month for something that mid? I'm just saying, man. The only reason why anyone thought she was hot is because she had a fucking boob job. Anyway, maybe some people find her attractive. I sure as fuck don't.
Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount of people are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed.
Once again, I'm going to make the exact same point that I just did earlier. The reason why people were mad at you is because you used to make fun of people that did shit that you were doing right now in the past. This is not a recent thing. Why am I reacting as if this just came out yesterday? Anyway. Yeah, I'm heated about this shit. You were the guy that would make fun of guys that had girlfriends with OnlyFans. You would say some shit like, wow, yeah, Mr. Cuck Dater over here or whatever. Like you'd make a joke like that. And now everyone's able to make those jokes about you. That's why everyone was upset about it. And that's why everyone doesn't fucking like you anymore, Ian. No one fucking likes you anymore. And this is why. This is fucking ground zero for all of this shit. You did this to your goddamn self. Fuck!
Oh, DJ, you seem really upset. It seems like this is really upsetting you. You should take your blood pressure medication.
No!
You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad.
Yes, you are. You were my daddy and you betrayed me. I'm gonna stop.
Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like Idubbbz. And he really liked that because Idubbbz was cool. But now that Idubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode. No, shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You don't get to ha-ha funny yourself out of this one. You're a simp. You act all edgy and cool on YouTube and then go and film your girlfriend shoving anal beads up her ass for OnlyFans afterwards? Fuck you. You lied to everyone. You ruined my life. Oh.
Yeah, that kid is completely correct. You lied to us, Idubbbz. You told us that you were the edgy cool guy, and then you ended up meeting someone that you lost your virginity to, and you turned into a fucking simp. It's just the truth. Also, next time that Idubbbz kisses his wife, someone should ask him how Hassan's dick tastes.
Looks like I did something a little too edgy. Edward, I don't know where you got the idea that I was cool. Do you think it was cool when I was playing with anal beads? It's cool when I play with anal beads. Do you think it was cool when I was running around in an oversized cop outfit?
Yes. Yes, we all thought that was cool. You want to know why we thought it was cool, Idubbbz? And why this made a lot of people upset when it came out, and it's still making my blood pressure rise to this day? The reason why is because we did think that those things were cool. Because it wasn't cool because it was necessarily funny and subversive. It was cool because there was a semblance of self-awareness behind it. We felt like you knew that you looked like an idiot, but you were okay with looking like an idiot and putting yourself as being part of a butt of the joke. And that's what made it cool. It was the self-awareness. You knew that you looked ridiculous playing with anal beads in a YouTube video. You knew that that was ridiculous and stupid. But we felt like, and here's why everyone feels so betrayed. I keep saying feels as if this is recent, but anyway. The reason why everyone feels so betrayed is because you used to do those things and act foolish, but you were aware of the fact that you were acting foolish. The difference is, Idubbbz, is we loved your self-awareness. We weren't going to your channel to watch someone play with anal beads. We were going to your channel to watch you play with anal beads. Because it was funny. And we watched your channel with the content cop and everything because we wanted to see you criticize other people from a nuanced, self-aware perspective. Your content cops oftentimes had you at the butt of a lot of the jokes that you were making about other content creators. And that's what made it so beautiful.
That was cool to you. It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself. And he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now. No, Idubbbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend.
I'm gonna get actually a little bit, I don't even want to say philosophical, but I'm gonna get a little bit psychological here for a second. First of all, holy mother of projection, Batman. Holy crap. That's some really bad projection right there. The thing that aggravates me so much about that level of projection is he's under the assumption that a lot of other dudes out there have girlfriends that are posting sexy photos of themselves on the internet or posting on the internet at all. And then he's also under the assumption that there's men out there that are jacking off to it. That's some porn rot brain right there. That's actual Idubbbz, did your brain rot from the amount of porn that you were watching? Because holy shit, that is a brain rot take.
But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem. You think these fucking retards would actually do a smidgen of research? Because, I did it, and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so it makes sense that they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. In the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, I made a stand.
You can't just sit here and say that you're using those words as flavor when you specifically within the context of the clips that you showed, which is so funny. He's doing the same thing that he's doing in the modern era, which is taking something completely out of context. The full context of the clips of the things that he just posted in the videos that they're in, because I remember a couple of those videos, and no, I'm not going to go through and find the original context for you either, because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. But he's not using slut and skank as expressive words of expression. No, he's shaming women for being sluts and skanks. He's actively using that as a part of the joke. It's a butt of...
No porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked. Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this.
That's exactly how I felt when this came out. That's exactly how I felt. It's sad, really. Sad looking back and realizing that all of this could have been prevented if Anissa Jomha wasn't cheating on her boyfriend with Idubbbz. Yeah, by the way, the relationship started with Anissa meeting up with Idubbbz at a convention because she was a fan and her flight was delayed for another day. So she decided to go and hang out with Idubbbz. And it is not confirmed if they actually slept with each other, but she totally had a boyfriend at the time and totally left her boyfriend for Idubbbz after all of that happened. Yeah, you can look all this stuff up. You can look it up. But no, it's not just from H3H3 saying, "Oh, yeah, this is totally what happened." No, it's this has been all but confirmed that that's how their relationship started, which is just crazy work. I've said it before. And I will say it again. I have said it before, and I will say it again. If she left someone for you, she's eventually going to leave you for someone. Someone's pattern of behavior doesn't just all of a sudden stop because she promises to be good this time. No. Actually, before I make that statement, I was going to make the statement, women are assholes, but actually, that's not objectively true because I've met a lot of women that are not assholes. People are assholes, okay? People are assholes. If they have a previous pattern of behavior, it's only a matter of time before that pattern of behavior impacts you. You. Oh. Okay, seriously, sorry for the side tangent. Let's actually get back to this. Like and subscribe if you want to see more slop content.
Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me, that I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. And the sooner you realize that for yourself, the better.
So, he makes a great point there. Most men are completely fine with women being slutty or blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I'm just going to say it. Most people look at porn, okay? Whether it's like cranking the hog to Waluigi hentai, or if it's like just looking at a cosplayer that you find really hot on Instagram and you subscribe to her OnlyFans and fap to it. I will not judge. I won't judge that. That's fine. Boys will be boys. Men will be men. Boys subscribe to OnlyFans. Men crank their hogs to Waluigi hentai. Let's separate that and get that correct, okay? But that's not the argument that anyone was making, Idubbbz. He's so good at just like running directly tangential to the point that someone was making. The point is not that people hate sex work. The point is that most normal people out there would never date a fucking sex worker. And I'm one of them. Like, that's it. No one cares that Anissa is a former titty streamer turned sex worker on OnlyFans. No one cares about that, Idubbbz. The thing that people care about is the fact that you're dating her, which makes you lesser of a man. And before anyone in the comments gets mad at me and says, oh, am I lesser of a man because my wife or girlfriend is a sex worker? Yes, you fucking are. It makes you a cuck. It does. I'm so angry about this. I'm going to make this statement, and I'm being completely dead serious when I say this, okay? No jokes, no satire. I'm actually being serious when I say this, okay? If you are in a relationship and your partner is a sex worker, whether that's showing titties on OnlyFans or getting penetrated on Pornhub or whatever else, it waters down the relationship. It's not sustainable. That's not a good thing. Hate to burst your bubble, but it legitimately is not good. Sorry for such a controversial statement. I'll go put my Bible away and get my Christian principles out of here. But in all seriousness, it's not good for a relationship for one or other of the partners to be in the sex industry. It's just not. And frankly, if you are dating a girl that is in sex work, that makes you less of a man. That makes you a cuck. I'm sorry. Only hot takes on my channel. Only the hottest, spiciest of takes.
I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
So on the cons, we have everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing? Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's not a mystery, it's a pussy, dude. And then there's no special pussy. It doesn't become less valuable the more people see it.
Yes, it absolutely does, and I'll tell you why. Because, once again, I'm not even making a moral argument here. I'm simply saying that, like, your partner should be your partner. Exclusivity is built into the human condition. We are made to be monogamous. I'm not a Christian. I'm not some sort of crazy Bible thumper. I'm just a normal person, and the fact that the world has gotten so insane that people are even thinking this way, especially you, Idubbbz, which I thought he was way smarter than this, but the fact that anyone out there even thinks it's like, oh, no, it's fine. Like, I'm the only one who's sleeping with her. If anyone else gets to see it's fine. I'm the only one that's hitting that. That's some gross porn rot behavior, and frankly, stop fapping, my guy.
If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
Wrong, Idubbbz. Once again, you're missing the point. You were single back then, and also, you weren't showing your bare naked body on the internet. Also, you're a guy. It's completely different. And before anyone gets mad at me, it is completely different. And before anybody downs in the comments is like, oh, well, can you explain the differences? I'm just like, I can very, very easily explain the differences. There are, like, no male content creators on OnlyFans. No one really knows, other than Johnny Sins, no one knows any guy porn star names, okay? No one is there for the dick, okay? They're there for the pussy and the boobies, okay? Women have way more sex appeal than men do. I will die on that hill, unless you're gay. No, unless you're gay. Fine, fair enough.
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no, regret, delete all button. That's not quite there.
Ooh, I should not upload this video.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just going to make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought, just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what everyone thinks, Idubbbz. That's exactly what everyone thinks. And that's exactly how it goes. No one sits there and is like, wow, guys, oh man, ooh, I better make sure that I sit around and make sure I really sit on this decision about whether or not I want to upload my naked body to the internet. No, it's literally like one day you're like, I could make more money, and I feel like people would pay to see my naked body. So I'm gonna allow people to pay to see my naked body. It's really that simple, Ian. It's that fucking simple. It's an impulsive decision. I'm surprised that no one realized by this point that Idubbbz had completely lost the plot.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by.
No, actually, the fact that you're even making that point, Ian, shows how little real-world experience you have. If you have posted your naked body all over the internet, your future prospects go down exponentially. There's a reason why you don't see very many OnlyFans models getting jobs after their career implodes, okay? It's pretty much impossible to get hired if you previously did OnlyFans because it's just genuinely not good optics on any company to do so. It just makes a company look trashy if they're hiring someone that previously did sex work. Because I don't know if anyone knows this, but like the majority of society doesn't really consider sex work to be some sort of good thing. They consider it trashy, and frankly, rightfully so. Sorry if that makes you mad.
When you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken. And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job.
What do you think a resume is, Ian? What do you think a fucking resume is, my guy? Oh, is it a list of things that you did previously, but before you did that job? Is that what a resume is? Yeah, I think that OnlyFans is not really something that you'd want to put on a resume, because if you did, you are not getting hired. Sorry for the most big brain take of this video, but I mean, like, what do you think a resume is, my guy? It's a list of your previous employment and things that you've done. Yeah, people hire based on that shit. Also, I'm going to say, even with the even qualified for the job part, your previous experience is what helps you become qualified for a job. So do tell me, Ian, what does spreading your butt cheeks and showing everything to the camera for the internet, what does that qualify you for in any way, shape, or form? Nothing. That's why it's frowned upon by society, because it's a massive nothing burger. Sex work doesn't contribute anything to this world other than giving people stuff to come to. It doesn't contribute anything to anything. Neither does being a content creator. But I would never put content creator on a fucking resume because it contributes nothing to nothing. It is merely entertainment. Let's just say, for example, that I had 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I would never put that on a job application because it doesn't matter. That is not something that would qualify me or unqualify me for a job unless I was going for a job at a media company that actually was trying to do some marketing and stuff like that, and then maybe I could actually use that as a qualification. But that's way more useful than OnlyFans, my guy. I'm getting so heated. I can't help but laugh at how heated I'm getting over this shit.
This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it. Yeah, the stud going through your tongue? No one wants sluts working for them.
Yeah, I've never met a single person with like a septum piercing or piercings or anything like that that worked a high-paying job ever, and I don't think anyone ever has. Now, I'm sure down in the comments there's gonna be someone out there that's like,
Well, actually, I'm a manager at a law firm that I used to work for
that was like totally tatted up, and they were totally slaying, and they were so qualified and amazing, and they were wonderful, and they were so professional. Like, yeah, no, there's absolutely exceptions to the rule. But I'm saying anecdotally, in my years of experience on this planet, I have never seen someone with like a septum piercing or snake bites or a tongue piercing or anything like that that is working any sort of professional career. Like, you're never going to see a paralegal or an insurance adjuster or an underwriter. Oh, never mind. Those are all parasitic, terrible jobs. Okay, I'm sorry. I just find it so funny that the first three like high-paid jobs that I could think of that are like contributing to society are all like terrible jobs that no one should do. We should just let the insurance industry completely collapse. Insurance is a scam, by the way, guys. But my point does still stand that in a lot of these professional careers, you're not going to see people that are all tatted up with piercings and stuff like that. You're just not in any sort of professional environment at all. That's just true. That's not a boomer take. That's just true.
And the dyed hair, don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's gonna hire you looking like that.
You're absolutely correct. Just covered this.
In my head, there would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take.
It's beneath me. Look, I'm not even some sort of big channel. I'm not even some sort of big dude, you know? I work hard, I do my job, and I come home, and I make love to my wonderful, wonderful fiance, and we hang out and maybe watch some shows, go to bed, maybe do a little live stream, looking at memes here and there, you know? But like, no, that's beneath me. That is absolutely beneath me, and it's beneath most people, you know? It really is. And the reason why people consider it so low is because it's so easy. You know, it's the easiest thing to do. It's, hey, I'm hot and I'm just gonna ride that out. You know, I'm just gonna ride out my hotness, you know? Because at least if you're funny or charismatic, it still requires some effort to, I don't know, acquire enough money to buy a computer and a microphone and a webcam and learn how to pirate some editing software. Just kidding, I pay for all of my software. Please don't come after me, Adobe. Please, 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 please. And then, you know, learn how to edit and even just like learn how to talk to a camera, learn how to be charismatic. Like there's stuff that goes into it. Even with the most baseline, I'm using myself as an example because I'm making a fucking YouTube video. Like, seriously, I'm using myself as an example here and I'm being self-deprecating because at the end of the day, it requires so much more effort on my part to make this video than it does for someone to wear some Temu lingerie, set up a tripod with a ring light, and take a bunch of selfies. That requires no effort at all. And before you're like, oh, well, you were just talking about acquiring a camera and a microphone and editing software and a computer. They at least pay for a phone and a ring light. And I'm just like, well, ring light on Temu, what, like $40? And dude, iPhone, go to your local cell phone store. They will finance it for you. And it's like, what, maybe like $80 a month? That's like the most baseline adult expense ever. So don't give me that crap. Like, at least you have to do some research and acquire things in order to become a content creator. Whereas with OnlyFans, it's just, oh, you don't even have to do the ring light or the iPhone. You can just have your friend do it for you. A lot of these women have some dude out there that simps for them and has been since high school that'd be totally willing to be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna get laid. At least I get to see her naked. Yeah, it's totally easy. It is the lowest, easiest, shittiest way of making content, and it contributes nothing to society as a whole. And I know already the comments that I'm going to, oh, I think this guy has a chip on his shoulder against sex workers. I think this guy hates sex workers. Well, no, not really. I don't hate sex work. I don't hate sex workers. I fap. I jack off from time to time. but I'd never date one. I'm glad that there was porn, okay? I'm glad that porn exists, but I'd never date a porn star. You know what I mean?
You're belittling sex work, and you're saying that they're useless in society, even though you're a consumer of stuff that happens with sex workers, and you definitely have masturbated before. Don't even lie to me. Haha, I'm very intelligent because I can bring up some hypocrisy on your part.
It's not hypocrisy. Dude, I can think that something is useless in society and still participate in it. I think that being a barista is completely useless. I think that if Starbucks disappeared tomorrow, that the world would be affected basically not at all. But I still enjoy some Starbucks here and there, okay? I'll go to Starbucks, and I'll get myself a little mocha with 1 pump and 2 shots, and I'll drink that. Cost me $6. I could have made it at home for a cost of, I don't even know, like, what, 50 cents maybe? But yeah, I'll go to Starbucks and buy it. I consider Starbucks useless. I consider being a barista useless. I consider that a useless job, but I still partake in it. I can still call something useless while partaking in it. How about that, huh? I realize that I'm making rebuttals to comments before someone even says it, but the reason why I do that is because I'm hoping that someone doesn't watch all the way this far into the video, and then I say this in the video, and then I'll feel really big brain if someone else who watched the video then like post the timestamp from where I literally called them out for their exact anyway, sorry, I'm playing 4D chess, or at least I like to think that I'm playing 4D chess. I'm not playing 4D chess. I'm making a fucking video about Idubbbz justifying his girlfriend making an OnlyFans. Moment of self-reflection, guys. Yeah, no, I still want to keep doing this. This is funny.
I think that'll age quite nicely.
You can add extra money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty.
I see what you did there. Haha. Idubbbz, you get 1 point on this video. You're 1 in 36 at this point. I'm not even keeping track.
You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're contributing enough. Because based on your argument, then I guess Jeff Bezos' son just should never work at McDonald's.
So that's a false equivalence there, because, okay, if you have a kid and you're wealthy, your kid should absolutely learn that responsibility. You shouldn't turn your kid into a Nepo baby by just letting them have whatever they want. Daddy's money, allowance all the time. That's a false equivalency, though, because that's not what the guy is talking about, okay? He's talking about the fact that, like, when you're in a loving relationship and you both are truly on the same page as a couple and as two people that are existing together, that there is a sense of sharedness. And that's okay, and that's valid, and that's a really good thing. And I feel like a little bit, and before I go like, society, there is some shift away from that. You know, it used to be back in the day, back in the good old days, it used to be that, you know, people would marry each other, and it wasn't some sort of like, oh, we're married until we get bored and then decide to get married again. It used to be like, hey, this is a bond between two people that really does mean something. And that's why they say, you know, for richer, for poorer, through sickness and through health, like all of that stuff, like all of those words used to mean something. And that meant that it was completely okay for one person to provide all of the income for the entirety of their family. Like that was okay. And that was considered to be a good thing. This like neo idea of like, oh, well, you need a 2-income household and kids are a burden and all this kind of stuff. All this rhetoric is, in my opinion, genuinely quite destructive in society as a whole. I'll get off of my soapbox now, but I'm just saying, like, it's really weird to me how much society as a whole has shifted away from this idea of the family unit and instead is like, oh, if you're a couple, you're just roommates that sleep with each other and everything else should stay separate. That doesn't make sense to me. That never has made sense to me. I just think it's a little bit weird that especially people that get into a relationship with a sex worker or something like that all of a sudden are like, yeah, my feminism, my girlfriend, she should be able to feel like she can contribute by whoring herself on the internet. Yeah, that's how she's going to contribute to the household. Yeah, woo, women's empowerment. Yeah. It's so dumb.
There's enough money in the family. I think there's enough money in that household. No reason Philip Bezos needs to go on OnlyFans. Doesn't need to lower himself to that standard. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do.
No, it wouldn't. Once again, we already covered how that's a false equivalence, but no, it wouldn't. The world would not be a better place. The world would truly be a very awful place if everyone had to stoop down and lower themselves to selling naked photos of themselves on the internet. That sounds like hell to me. That sounds like a worse world, my guy. That does not sound like a good world. That sounds like a really bad world and a world that I would not want to be a part of. That sounds awful. I don't want to see Philip Bezos' butthole on the internet. No one else does. Frankly, okay, actually, I will say, once again, I don't really know who Jeff Bezos' kid's real name is, but if Jeff Bezos' kid made an OnlyFans, actually, like that would make money. That totally would. It would make money. But still, it's not something that anyone should do or even want to do, you know?
I think what I've learned from this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards.
So, once again, we're going back to what I was saying at the beginning. The reason why everyone is mad at you, Idubbbz, is because you used to be that guy in the back screaming, I hate whores! Women who sell their bodies are losers! Losers! Let's put it this way. Women who start in OnlyFans is like guys who get into Forex trading, okay? It's like it's just the lowest of the low. That's the point.
That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet.
Thank you, Idubbbz. That's all we need from you. There you go. Guys, he could have just said that. He could have just said that. You know what? This video would have been a lot shorter, and I would have had less content. But he's never beating the cuck allegations.
Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else. Someone who isn't a simp or a cuck. Someone who maybe just gives shitty opinions instead.
You guys should idolize me. That's me. That's me. Idolize me. Idolize me. Please. Please subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, actually. I can't believe it. I'm actually almost to 1,000 subscribers. That's really exciting. So, yeah, subscribe to this video. Subscribe. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. At the end of the day, I've said a lot of stuff. I've said a lot of things. At the end of the day, call this a hot take or a bad opinion, but I just don't think that it's a good look for any man to have your wife or your girlfriend making adult content on the internet. I genuinely don't think that that's a good thing. And if that's a controversial opinion to you, then that's also fine. You know, that's cool. That's cool. We can agree to disagree on that one. We totally can agree to disagree on that one. It's just very weird that there are guys that are just okay with their girlfriend doing stuff. And before anyone gets, once again, I'm gonna preemptively quell your rage. Okay? I'm gonna quell your rage before you get mad at me. If one of you is going to go out there and make that argument of like,
oh, this man's a misogynist. He's saying that women need to sit in the kitchen and rub their man's feet and dote on them and give them sex whenever they want. Oh, you're such a misogynist.
I didn't say any of that shit. I just simply said that it makes you a little bit lesser of a man if you're dating a hoe. So yeah, maybe I'm a misogynist. Oh, that's all the slop that I've got for you little piggies out there today. If you liked the video, go ahead and slap a like on it. If you didn't like the video, your opinion is invalid and you can go fuck yourself. Bye! Defamatory? Yeah. Before anyone says that that's a nah! No, it's really upsetting, man. I'm losing it. Okay, all right. I can't. Oh my god, I can only do the bit for so long. Jesus. Oh my god. I can only straw man myself so much before I start to giggle. I should just fucking kill myself.